Hi everyone and welcome to Ball Python Breeder UK. In today's video we're going to take a quick look at a freshly hatched clutch that's maybe 2 days old that I got from crossing a Bongo Pastel to a Spotnose Pastel clown. And what I'm doing with this clutch is really the first check you do on your babies when they've hatched, and that is checking that they haven't got any physical deformities or any physical problems such as hard belly, which is when they don't absorb their yolk and that kind of thing. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about deformities is that there's a few misconceptions around congenital defects in reptiles, particularly captive bred reptiles, and the main one being that you'll only get defects if you breed certain genes. There's another one being that if you breed all normals you won't get defects because they're more thoroughbred, or whatever the word may be, and really neither of those things are true. So even if you breed two completely unrelated, genetically sound ball pythons, say from wild populations or just normals, whatever, there's always a chance of a congenital defect, and you always need to check your babies. You can ask any biologist, doctor, vet, taxonomist, geneticist, and they'd agree with this, that all reptiles, mammals, fish, humans, vertebrates have a high chance of defects at birth. So this is something you always have to watch out for. So let's head over and check out the clutch now quickly. Okay, so here they are. Now, at first glance, I think these all look incredibly healthy, and I didn't get everything I wanted from this clutch, but I did get the main thing I wanted, if I'm right on the ID. Again, I'm going to take a little while to identify the morphs, and I'm going to wait till they've shed to sort of make my final decision, because you want to be 100% certain before you put them up for sale. Anyway, checking these guys over, you look at a few different things, like you would an adult snake. You look at the head. Is the head shaped correctly? Is there a domed forehead? For example, that would be the sign of a cranial defect. Trying to be gentle with these guys. Is the jaw okay? Do the lips meet normally? Does the lower jaw meet the upper jaw? Okay, that's another thing to look for. That's another common site of defects. Is the snout a normal tapered width compared to the head? That is another common defect called duck billing, which is common in super cinnamons and super black pastel. Once you've looked at those things, you want to look at the spine as well. Is the spine normal? Does the spine follow the curves of the animal's body with muscle ridges next to it? In this case, you can see it definitely does. And then check the tail, because the spine and the tail are areas where you can get kinking. Then after that, check the belly. Has the belly closed? Has the umbilicus been absorbed, or fallen off rather? Has the yolk been absorbed, I really mean to say. This is quite clearly well absorbed. And you can feel, when you feel the belly, that it's soft. It's full of soft yolk. So that is a healthy hatchling. There's no problems here. So you do it quickly, put him over. And that one, by the way, I think that was a pastel spot nose. This next one, I'm going to say is a pastel, but beautiful nonetheless. Again, you just need a quick check over, look at the main things, and it's all good. I'm just going to quickly name the other morphs here, just for the sake of not making you a 10-minute video, because we've got the idea now, we know what we're looking for. Here we go, here's another cute one. That's a pastel spot nose again. And then we got a Bongo pastel, which hopefully will look just like the mum. That is one of my favourite morphs, even though it's nothing rare anymore. I just love the yellows when they do have their first shed or two. Then I believe we've got a Bongo pastel spot nose. You see the nice striping down the back and the funky pattern on the sides. Then we've got another Pastel Spotnose, surprise, surprise. Cute little thing, all normal, normal belly, feels normal. And then we got what I was actually after with this clutch, which is I believe is a Spotnose Bongo Super Pastel. And of course it's 100% het for clown. So this is going to be probably staying with me, unless someone makes me a really good offer. But I'll probably keep this one. But there you have it, that's a healthy clutch, and there's no visual defects that we can see, and they feel normal too. There's no hard lumps or bumps in their bellies. So that is all good. Okay, so as we've just seen, when we check our babies after they've hatched, we're going to take a quick guess at what the morphs are because it's fun. And you can't really help yourself. There's things you're expecting, there's things you're waiting for. But you're really not going to give, on multi-gene morphs, you're not really going to give a solid identification until they have had their first shed, which is about a week after hatching, because then the colours are enhanced and it's just a lot easier really, but you can guess. But anyway, what we're really doing in this situation is checking that physically they are sound. If you get one that isn't physically sound, you need to talk to other breeders, talk to other people in Facebook groups, get on the forums as well, and find out whether that defect is something that means the animal needs to be euthanized, or if it is something that the animal can live with. So there's a lot of ball pythons which are born with one small eye or missing eyes, and they live perfectly sound, healthy lives. So don't be too quick to take it to the vet and get it euthanized. Make sure that you do ask around and see what the situation is. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful, and if you do like any of those babies, you can always check out my website, ballpythonbreeder.co.uk, and on the for sale page there will be a link to my morph market as well, so do check that out. Cheers.